Hello everyone. So if you fancy adding rear speakers to your van, this is a T6. I believe it's an MIB2 head unit. It's got the nav in it. We'll show you how to add those rear speakers. So first of all, we need to get this cover off here. So to do that, we need to go around it with a trim tool, which looks like this. So work your way around, and then slowly that there will come off in one piece. Okay, so once you've worked your way around and it's loose, get hold of it and pull it out and keep it there, out of the way. So after you do that, you've got 4 torque screws. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let's take those 2 out. 4 out. Okay, so with the 4 screws removed, we can now get the head unit and pull it out completely. Just like that. So once that's out of there now, what we need to do is remove this plug here. Now to do that, what we need to do is just have a look at the bottom. You can see a tab here. Squeeze that tab together and pull it up. So what you're doing is, here's another one I've got here. So it's like that when you've got it in there. There's a tab like that. So you're squeezing this together and you're pulling it up. Okay, so let's go. Squeeze it together. Sorry, got my fingers everywhere. And pull it up. Once you've squeezed it like that, the lever comes up and that brings the whole plug out like this. So if it's the van you've got, the T6, you will only have terminals in the 4 middle ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there you'll have your left and right channels. For the front, positive and negative, that's what they are. So what we're doing is adding extra terminals in here. Rear, positive and negative, and rear on the other side, positive and negative. So to do that, we need to remove this brown plug out of this here. And to do that, what we need to do is pull this tiny tab here out to the side, and this tab here also. Pull it up out of the way and then push this brown plug out. Okay, so with the brown plug out now, what you'll find inside here is a purple pin going through there, and it comes out here. I've started to push it out. It'll only come out one way, so you'll see a bigger head on this side and a smaller one on there. Push it right in as far as you can on this end, and what you need to do is pull this purple pin out of here completely. Okay, so you pull that pin out all the way. Okay, so once you've done that there, then what we're doing then is adding terminals into here. So as you can see, we've got positive here, negative here. I believe this is the right side at the top here, and the bottom positive and negative on there, that side there, if you can see. Now what these terminals are called are jumper terminals, I believe they're called. And what I did with mine, believe it or not, was steal it from an old harness I used to have with these ISO plugs here, these male ISO plugs. So I depinned the speaker plugs from this one here. You can see it there, this side here, sorry. I depinned them from there, cut the cables and put the cables into here. You can buy, if you want, the jumper terminals, which are these here. But since I had the harness, I thought I might as well reuse the cables. This is another one. That's a fully populated one. It's got all the cables in there, you see. So push the terminals in there. Now it's important to look at which way they go. So look at the original ones, and what you'll see is, if you've got very good eyes, you'll see which way the crimp goes around. So on these, you want to match which way the crimp goes round to whichever way these go round, because they won't go in otherwise all the way down. So push the crimps, whichever way the crimps are going on these, push the new ones in as far as they'll go down, all the way down, so they're flush with the new ones. So they should all be flush together like that. Once you've put them all in like that, you can then put your purple pin back in. That secures all the terminals in place, and then we can put it back into the harness here. So that's the brown plug back in the harness. So of course you need to run your speaker cables. So what I've done is I've done a video on how to remove the panels, the dashboard panels on the transporter. So you need to run these cables. What I've done myself is round the back here, underneath where the glove box is. Then I've come up the back of here, fed them out through here, remove this here, I've run it along here, I've had the head lining out the way, I've run the cloth here, and then they follow this cable along there, and then let's go have a look at the back. Across here. Now down here, down there, you'll find you can get it behind here. That should be inside there. It's the insulation. That cable comes down here and into here, into this area here. Same as here, like that. Now, the reason why I fit my speakers here is because if you're carpeting the whole panel and everywhere here in one piece, you won't be able to access these cables here again. So you've got connectors here. These are for this is for my tow bar and rear sensors. So if I have a speaker here, I can remove the speaker, have a large 6-inch hole where I can access these plugs again anytime I need to. So that's the reason why I fit speakers behind here. So, okay, back to the cab. So to put it all back together again, we need to make sure that this little arm here is up. You can then put it in the head unit, push it into the head unit, and then push the lever down to lock it in place. Okay, so push it into the head unit, then push this down. That will lock it in place. You hear the click. That is now in place. So now we can put the head unit back in. So just feed it back in the hole. It should follow these guides here and here, and the top bit should notch into here. You might find that these get in the way a little bit, but if you give it a good wiggle, and it should sit flush with the screw holes on here. Okay, so with the head unit back in, we can put the 4 screws back in to hold it in place. Okay, so to put the cover back in now, let's put the fascia back in. What we need to do is, you see the cigarette lighter here? You put your finger underneath here, push that up from here. That should pop up. That's it. Keep it out of the way there. And then we can get this, feed it in, and then carefully, that's it, and then carefully snap it back into place like that. Okay, so it should be flush all the way around. Click it around here. That should be flush all the way around. Once that's in there, push that down there, and that's it. So I'll do another video on how to use the VCDS and how to code a fader between the front and rear. The rear speakers do work now. If you put the head unit on, you'll find that the rear speakers will work now, but you won't have a fade between front and rear. If you're happy with that, then just leave it. But if you want the fader, I'll add another video later on how to do that. Okay everyone, thank you for watching, and I hope it's been helpful to somebody. Thank you. Bye.